Hello everybody, this is fresh fruits. I show you fresh fruits again. These are tropical fruits. Actually, it's mango. This is some semi-tropical, not completely tropical. And I have dragon fruits here too. It's 4 dragon fruits and longan fruits. And this is home grown in Orlando, Florida, USA. This is 100% organic. Yeah, it's not many, but enough for me to eat and enough for me to show you guys. Let me show you how. You see that? I should really like this is why it's just fried because probably I just be below the lights. So if I hand the camcorder is on my laptop, it's a kind of different colors. It's a darker because it's a auto focus, auto light, and some I cannot change this or anything. I don't know. I bought this camcorder. They say it's 2K, but I cannot find the way how to make the 2K videos. I only got 180. I did ask them, but I don't think they answer me yet. Okay. Got knocking. Yeah. Here. Dragon fruits. Here. And then so longan fruits. Let me turn this around so you can see both of them. They have hello everybody, I'm back here today with the fruits, fresh fruits. Yeah, this is a homebrew fresh fruits. And these are raw in Orlando, Florida, USA. That's 100% of its home, 100% organic. Yeah, because it's organic. Sometimes we have a big one, sometimes we have a small one. We cannot control the size because unless we fertilize, so we can control all the fruits is the same size. But because it's a organic, so that sometimes they got a big one, sometimes a small one. So these are fresh fruits, and then how many is that? 1, 2, 3, three varieties here. And this is a longan, that's a tropical fruits, and then this is a dragon fruits. It's a tropical fruits too. And it's a mango. As before I know it's a tropical fruits, but later on I heard many people in Florida says it's I think the farm owner he says it's some semi-tropical, so this is not 100% tropical. This is more tropical. So this is a last sugar, and this is a last sugar, but this is a last sugar. And yeah. This type of mango, they have some the more is ripe, the more they have the fiber kind of thicker. So this is my fruits today. I share with you guys here. And probably I can I just tell you how to eat some of them, not all of them, and then probably I find out the story. Tell you guys, like I told you guys last time, I'm going to find out the story to tell you guys, but I didn't find out, and actually I didn't research the stories, but I remember I did watch one stories, and I probably uh, I will try to remember recall the story, and I tell you guys, and I probably show you the link to there, so you if you don't believe me, you can check it out as that link. That's the story they have on the video too. Anyway, let me show you how I actually I don't want to show you because some you not I'm not teach you, but I can show you how to show you how I eat them. Mango probably I'm not eating today because I have to cut them, and I'm not. It's kind of messy. I need to wash my hand. And probably I eat the longer. No, dragon fruits. I eat the lazy thing. Not the good way, but you can eat them. Yeah, because to where I came from, usually back then they teach kids or cousin and people in the family. They teach we have to cut if some family care about that, some not all of them. They will teach your kids how to eat these, how we have to peel and cut and put in the dish or stuff like that, and we take the spoon, we eat it, or we pick so we have a stick, we stick on them, we eat it. But today I probably don't show you how that way. Just show you a quick way to eat, and then I tell you the stories, and then probably next week I go to later on in the season I will show you how merry way to eat the dragon fruit. But anyway, I show you this one. This one I think I already showed you, but no, I don't think not many of you are interesting. This is a long one. First, this is really sweet. When it's the turn browner, the more browner they are, the more it's sweet. But if you keep it too brown, it will be no good at all. And when you just pick, it's not really sweet, but we keep in the refrigerator, it's sweeter. The cold make the sugar generate somehow it's better. This one is easy to eat. You don't need a knife. You just put your finger right here. Yeah, you put really a punch it right here. While you punch it, and you hold this hand, you squeeze it, and then just open. Okay. Okay. Make sure take the seed out. Punch it and squeeze at the same time. This is a small one. Don't throw away because they're good too. The seed usually really is small. You don't see the seed at all, see? That's how the seed. Now then we get this one. This one you can see the seed inside. See. Back then, where the country I came from, they grow a lot these fruits, longan fruits, but most of the time they choose to select the good, the big one, good one. They ship to Saigon to sell. The small one, tiny one, they will pick out and they sell to the kid at the school. In front of the school grade. This is a small one. Yeah, and then sometimes they sell in the market. If the kids they don't have money to buy it, so they still have left a lot. They have to sell in the market too. But they clean out, they keep the big one like this. They ship to Saigon to sell people there. Usually the panchayat they will remove these out, the small one out. Like this one, they move entire so it look nicer. And here they have a small one. I remove it. Well, so no more small one here. And they use the scissor to trim these off. So it look nicer. Or sometimes they just ship the whole bunch in there, and then people, the reseller there, they bought it, and why they don't have a customer, they start picking it out, and the clean is look nicer, and so they put on the front of the stuff like that to attract more people to buy. Like this. These are the two they remove, usually they remove it. Once again, these are a lot sugar. Of course, the big one usually is good. It's not good, but the small one is good too. Not all the small one good. So. I just stop it because I don't want to use this and then look at me eating all the time. One more, two fingers up there. See? Later I show you. If you have kids and you want the eater, that's it's not difficult, but you need to remove seed. Yeah, like this. You just put your finger here and peel it and tap on half and just remove seed of this. The same way you did that, you remove it and then keep in the Ziploc and you put in refrigerator, you eat later, or you put in the tray and put in refrigerator, freezes, and then you later on put in a Ziploc and you just store it whenever you want to eat this wrap one. Let me show you, I got one here. I got one here. I did a whole tray right here. I just peel and remove the seed and I put in the refrigerator. It's a book I took it out when it's frozen. I put in a Ziploc, but I haven't done it yet. So this is for like a week already here. I put a tray like this. Yeah. I just show you, and then when right now kind of. When they just froze and you take out, put them Ziplocs, the freezer one, and you keep them there, it's a separate, and when you eat, you take it out one by one. Like you eat ice cream, not ice cream. Popsicle is a fruit bar. But this is real whole fruits. Look at it. I said, especially now in summer, it's very hot where I live. I know a whole week this is almost 100 degrees. Yesterday is 100 degrees, today 99, 98 something. But whole week is 98, 99, 97. But yesterday, yesterday 100 degrees. Then when another, at the afternoon, is when this is a high peak of hot, and you take it out, you eat this. Wow, you feel good. Let me put it back. Yeah, that's a drop right here. Because I make sure everything goes like this, no water. Excuse me. In the country where I came from, they call this is Nhang. Nhang was just mean the eye. It's a Nhang, doesn't mean the eye. the white that's the eye, the white part is the white part of your eyes. And the C is a pupil, that's right, pupil. I remember the word kind of P-U-P-I-L, is right, pupil, something like that. That is called nhãn, that means eye. I think the Chinese people, they call it the eyes of a dragon or something like that. Wow, I said I'd tell you the story, but I think I just ate a couple nhãn, and this is it took me 20 minutes already. Let me show you the dragon fruit. Yeah, that's a dragon fruit. I think you can eat this way too. I just open, peel. Let me see. I think I need a knife. Let me cut the fruit so that you see. Okay, let me cut this up. See? You don't have to cut this, but I just want to let you see how this looks like. And let me cut the across like this. Look very nice, right? They have a yellow variety too, and then I think another one is a white or something like that. Red? Not red, white bread. But this one they have kind of pepper, black pepper in the white thing is right. Yeah. And then just cut and eat. And just peel it. You know what? The problem, I just ate longan. That's a sweet, and I jump to eat this. I feel this like tastes nothing, but the truth is not. This is tasty. But most of the time, if you eat something sweet, when you jump to another one, you try there's another stuff is not sweet. So that's kind of what happened. Yep. And if you want to, cut store in the like containers you eat later, and you just slice and then you just peel and then put in the container, and then you just peel like this and put container, and then you eat later. Yeah. For mango, I skip it. I think the Chinese culture, they said longan fruits, they dry and they make amazing, something like that. But the country where I came from, we just eat fresh. We never, try to make to store to keep it for later, because I have a year-round vegetable fruit, so they didn't care to store it. Okay, let's tell the story. I want to tell you. I try to record as much as I can. Okay, for 100% the story, I think I have to listen one more time, and I will tell you detail. But now, I just say, kind of sum up in the general sum up. That's it, and I'll probably show you the picture. The person, the main character in that stories. I think last week I watched a video clip. The lady, she told her story about she was actually she was the victim. Not only her, as her family was a victim of the government where I came from. It's back in 1975, after after 1975, I don't remember when, because that time I was tiny little. I don't know exactly when is the Saigon, the name of the Saigon is changed. But the story started 2 years after 1977. Actually, she started talking about her story started right just before the day before 1975, but because the story kind of long, it's a 1 hour story, so the only I capture, no, actually I'm not capture, I just sum up the the story to tell you, because after 1975 the life there gets horrible. No food, no stuff, and they put the people of the from the government back in the jail or the prisons, and some people hidden. Some people didn't report to them, so they didn't put in they unable to put in the jail, but that person have to hidden, not hidden, not hidden, but they didn't show up to real life. Many they have to live one place, another place, many places. Sometimes here, sometimes there, sometimes like my mom. My mom, she didn't report to them, so they didn't take her to. They are unable to take her to the prison, but they know my mom have something related before 1975, but they have no change because she have not lived one place at all the time. She have moved her life. Actually the whole life after 1975, she had never had a good night of sleep. Have the night of sleep, and my dad is they put in the jail for years. And let's go back to the story. And back in 1975, and then the life here there is always so horrible, people don't have food to eat because they not allow people move place to place to sell stuff. Also, I think they change money. Like I don't remember exactly. One day I will check for you. I don't remember exactly how much is that, but for example, like you took $1,000, you go to the offices, they give you $1, but they limited how much you can change. You cannot change all of your money, so that's a lot of money. A lot of people have a lot of money, they unable to exchange it, even though 1,000 for $1, but they don't have the way to change it, so those money kind of trash, nothing use, Sometimes I will tell you that story later on because I know that story. And they force people to another place too. And this lady, she's the story of this lady. She and the life they're horrible, and her husband. Once again, I skip a beginning. I just start talking where's her husband. Her husband and some people from the parties, to I don't know if they try to remove the northern government as to take over Southern, that you want to try to remove that government out or something like that. And then they usually the activity in the forest and hidden forest, something like that. And one day her husband brother came back to the country where I came from, because he was a student in the French before 1975. She stayed there. He the one who kind of favorite to the northern government. So he thought like two Park North and South reunited, and so he excited. He came back to visit the country, and then he started disappointed because everything is not like he thought and he believed, because he saw a lot of people dying hungry, like horrible. People have to go to the deep in the countryside, in the forest, where they had a lot of mosquito, the big one, not the small one. I heard my dad say that big one. And no water, it's dirty water, something like that. When he left the country, he gave his brother some money. That's the lady husband, some money, so the brother can buy some stuff and do whatever to support the roof. So then after that, the husband of the lady, he gave that money to one of the guys, one of a member in his group, to use that money to go out to do some kind of business to generate more money for the group. But this guy is because I think because it's a big chunk of money, he want that much money. That's why he went to report that the local authorities there, and when you go to the forest to capture all people there. And the husband of the lady, at that time I think he was in Saigon. He wasn't captured at the same time with the group, but after that they captured the group, and then they find out. They went to their place, they captured him, and then they captured the lady too. the lady last time she had the baby, have, I think the baby boy or something like that, or the baby boy, and they capture her and them in the jail. They put in jail because she had no related. Yeah, she had a relative, but but her family and her kind of what is it? Exchange strain or something like that. They don't um, they don't go together again. So she had no choice. She had to put the baby with her in the jail, but the jail blah blah blah, and then the jail she lived, and then because jail they don't have even though they don't have food enough for the people to do work labor for them, for the government too. So they don't have special food for the kid, the baby. So that baby kind of lack nutrition, lack everything. That baby lived with her in the jail at I think 10 years, 10 years with her in the jail. After they capture her and her husband in jail, they separate her, and then they later on they execute her husband, because her husband is the head of the group. So they took her husband out to execute or kill him, shoot him, something like that. And the lady, they don't kill her because no, actually she only her husband killed, and how many people in the group were killed, I don't think I didn't record that, but actually her husband was killed, shot. And she they put her in the term jail is 13 years or something like that, but she was out 10 years. I think it's some probably okay, she was out, but I think it's probably some people raise support for her, so that's why she got out 10 at the year of 10 or something like that. That's part. I don't think she told clearly that, but she did told before that part is because her son lack a lot of nutrition. He his hand kind of like that. His body kind of is only kind of bone and skin. And people from some her husband's side in France or something like that. The guys or boys one of the group try to get the boy out or something like that, to send to the outside of the country where it came from for the treatment something. Okay, let's sum up. So just they form from one party, political party, and the government of the country where I come from, they don't like those stuff. They don't like those stuff. They took them in the jail, prison, and then they kill her husband, and she and have to live in the 13 years in the prison. And her son have no one to care, so the son have to stay with her. So the son is a volunteer, stay in the prison with her mom as 10 years, and he become I think you have to use the term, if you look at it's kind of super disability, not the regular super disability, the super disability. I think now she in the US, I guess so, because the story, the group of collecting stories, they collected stories, they are in the US, and I think she in the US. And yeah, just from the roof back in 1977, and then they until now the government of the country where I come from, they don't like anyone from any type of a roof. Even if you from a roof 5, 10 people, 20 people, you have to be careful because the chance you got in the jail soon. Entire roofs went jail, and they have some probably die too. Okay, let's sum up that too much because I just listened on one time, so I didn't plan to tell you that story. So today I just eat the food. I said, okay, let me go to eat this food, show you how to eat these foods. And then I said, just come up, okay, let's tell the story. I don't know which one I start to remember the story. I just watched it last week. Yeah, from her story, I got a lot answer for myself because let me show you the story first. Here.
Có chiến tranh nhưng chúng.
Okay. Okay, yeah, this is this lady's the lady, she tell her story here. I think you can see the title here. You want to show there, or I don't know. I can allow to put the link in the YouTube channel now because sometimes they change their policy. I don't know this today they allow, but next week probably they don't. Next month they don't want. So I just show you this, and probably I will show you the link to that. So that's the lady. She tell her the story. Let's see. Her name is let me see. I saw you where the part of her son.
Cũng là một người phụ nữ bình thường, chứ cũng không phải là.
That's her story, and let me show you what they. I show you what
nhưng
they.
Nhưng mà cái nghị lực mà mình còn có đứa nhỏ, chứ cái mức án.
Here. I probably have to put the laptop like this so you can see that. That is they put the reason they put her in the prison. That's the âm mưu lật đổ chính quyền. The last one, âm mưu lật đổ chính quyền. That's the âm mưu lật đổ chính quyền. That mean kind of you have the way and plan the way to impeach the government, something like that. That is they put they kill her husband, and for her that's for her that's the reason they put her in the jail. But her husband probably the same, but he the leader of the group. So the group I think about it's not big group. It's not big group. And so he the leader of the group, so they kill him. And let me
tù chính trị, cái mức giảm nó rất là hạn hẹp, cướp giật rồi đó rất là nhẹ và rất là mau được giảm án. Nhưng mà với tôi đó thì 14 năm mà tôi ở 11 năm 9 tháng rồi, 10 năm 9 tháng rồi.
So it's the term of Mashiha to be in the jail is 40 years, but she finished about 10 years something.
Thôi.
Yeah, the paper they released her out. She has stayed in 10 years in enlightenment, so 14 years old. She got out early about 3 years.
Rất là đau đớn mỗi lần nhắc lại.
Okay, yeah, that's her and her son. That is her son. Got the disciple. By the picture here, I think he's a disciple.
Tôi chưa bao giờ ân hận về những gì mà
Yeah. If you want to go to see her story, that's her link. The link of the story right there. And you can see the name of the channel right here. I didn't make up a story. That's the real story, the real life. That's a channel that have a lot of story, the history by oral, because not many people can to do the oral history. So yeah, that's the real story, just from a political party. It's look like here in the U.S. Many political party. I think beside the Republican and Democrats, they have Liberty. I think more people from that political story. Political parties is okay, fine, but over there, a country where I come from, they cannot. They by themselves, only themselves can control the whole country. No one else can jump in. So because they from the political party, and then the husband was killed, and some other people in the group too. I believe it's more was killed or not killed. They will live in the jail. The person they will die there. This is that time people that so skinny, tiny, only born and skin. Outside here in the U.S., the real, no one see the real there. Whenever you guys see here back in 1970, early 1980s or late 1980s, that was selected by the government. They selected the best one. They show you guys there here, but you can see that is was. But the true life there, the true there is worse than that 100,000 times. Yeah, one day I will show you the picture of my dad. He only have a skin and bone. I think already I showed you the anyone yes. I think I did. Even until now, no one can form any group or any political party there. If anyone, just sometimes they just capture to a yellow person only. They write a story, one of the store, tell a story, but they tell a general, not to tell direct to mention direct the people or the government. They still will capture in the to the jail and serve there many years. Through her story, I got a lot answer for myself, because before her story was published a week, I did make a video. I tell about my mom, my dad back then in my born language channel. Because I did wonder, my mom didn't let her would capture to the jail, because if she captured the jail, I will die. I would die and my dad would die too. But I didn't imagine how bad is that. Now her story, she showed the picture of her son, but she support her husband do the job, not by herself stand out do the job. And she does have to, they set her 14 years. She served almost 11 years, and her son looked like that. If my mom was the capturer back then, I probably don't have a chance to sit here and talk with you guys. Probably I died many years ago, and my dad would die many years ago too. And then because my mom's job before 1975 is kind of worse than her husband thing, to come to the government of the country where I come from. It's worse than that. It is like their super enemy. So that's from her story. I got the answer for myself. A lot. There was when she talked about the day. About her husband, the executive, her husband, they shot her husband and stuff like that. I got an answer for some of my story too, but one day I will tell you that story, because after my dad passed away, because both my mom and my dad passed away, I have no one to rely on to get an answer. I told myself, why I didn't talk with my dad about that and ask him what happened, and to the peaceful. Probably they have the same with the same person with him, because that's the only person in the local I know. And I told myself, why I didn't ask him to get the answer? Because that's before he passed away, I didn't mention anything, because I don't want to print that by the old story stuff back, so bring him not good memory back or stuff like that. Usually I never talk about that. But after he passed away, I said, though back and stuff will come up back to me. And I told myself, what happened to those people? I should have died before he died. But now through her story, I have the answer for that. One day I tell you the story. That story. That story when I was only 6.5 years old. That's how my colleague I just it's a storm here, and then it suddenly pop up after my dad passed away, and anyway, it's a long story, a long video. Yeah. I told you guys I will start a new channel, but start with new channel, generate more people, generate a subscriber, generate the houses, it take a long time. I think the best way, I show you the first part of the video, I show you whatever I want to show you, and then later, after that part, I start talk our story. I tell you the story I know for you guys to hear. Some of you probably have never heard back before. I will try. I think I will try make the plan which story I want to tell you guys, and I should write down, in the piece of paper, and then. Find the correct word to tell you guys, and then also I have a piece of paper to show, and some of you guys don't understand why I said something like that. Yeah, I lost story because I know that my mom, my grandfather is hard to have a lot of story after 1975, but unfortunately I have no chance to collect to get those stories to tell you. I got only some because when I just grown up, I have no chance to live close to my grandfather, so I didn't have any story for you. And so when I got in the U.S., just got here, and my mom started got sick, and then a year later she passed away. I have no chance to get the story from her, but I did have some story. But I think whatever she wanted me to know, she already showed me at that time. I think I got I think that's enough. But now, I can generate more story because more people tell the real story there. The generation, like my dad generation, they didn't want to remind them about those. So usually they die out. Most of them is die already. Die. They didn't tell the story. They didn't want to remind the story because when we remind that, they have to face back to the wartime. They have to face the dead people, injured people, or stuff like that, and then they start get upset because the victim kill a kid. When they enough money, they came out. They sing the song. They not to sing the song. What they salute to the flag. They drop the bomb. They shoot them. They kill them. The whole school. And then when that story come back, they get mad, upset. You can see how their face turn red. That's the reason why I didn't have my dad anything back then. When Harry told me, I listened. I didn't ask back what and why. Whatever he told, I got in my head. That's why sometimes he thought I didn't pay attention. They just tell you like nothing but the true story here. But I just listened because I don't want to, think more, because every time he talk about the back and the war, the time they capture, he put in the Manchu prison, and then they start the story. The kid were killed, so it's brought back. They get upset, turn whole face red because they the northern have no blood. Northern government there now is the entire country where I come from. The government there, the one of country where I come from, no blood. They kill even kids. Sometimes they a lot. They kill kids. Anyway, I think I have to say like probably I have to skip the KILL and KID because probably the video got locked out. So I say like the government of where I came from back in before 1975, the KILL or children after school when they salute the flags in early morning. And then those people like my dad back then, they just if they just tell the story back in, and then start back and then they go to that subject. They get very upset because they feel like the northern government there is no blood, no human. Excuse me, because I eat a lot of sugar. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye.